Follow us on Instagram at Express Truth Show.
I got my new thing imported. I got the Christian Jordan. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford it. Look what I did with the bag. Look what I did with the bag. I got the thing in the back, and I ain't taking no chat. I got my new thing imported. I got the Christian Jordan. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford.
All right, people, what's going on, man? It's the Express Truth Show, making Thursdays great again. Now, people, listen. Things are a bit different today, you know. We're broadcasting live, you know, from Kingston, Jamaica. See what I'm saying? We're broadcasting live, so if the signal, if for any reason anything goes wrong, we'll be back. But as things stand, you know, as things stand right now, we're live right now from Kingston, Jamaica, and it's you guys who wanted this spoken about now, you know. But before we do any of that, let me bring in my co-host, Stephen Brown. Stephen, please tell me you're there and you're sounding good.
Yo. Superman.
Turn up your mic, fam, please.
Want me to turn up?
Yeah, man.
Osh. You see, technicals are killing me, blood. What are we saying now?
Yeah, you're good now, Stephen. What are you saying?
Yeah. I'm there, fam. I'm blessed, fam. I'm feeling that Colombia kit still. The backdrop's looking crazy. And
this ain't Colombia, fam. This is
Who's that again? You know what
Real Madrid.
See that, fam? They're next door neighbors, but they're my cousin, fam. But we say, man, coming from the Blue Mountain recording and that. Mazalina, fam. People, then big up yourself, man. Express truth to the world and back. Making Thursdays great again, never late again. You know, man could be in England, Colombia, Jamaica. We could be on the moon, fam. We're not missing, man. We don't miss, like Hawkeye. This is for the people, then, man. We love to give back the people's platform. Like Mark said earlier, man, we were gonna wait to talk on this unfortunate situation, but the people them can't wait, rightly so. So we're gonna give our Express Truth twist on things, man, and give the people a chance to call in and express how they're feeling. But Cake, talk to me nice, G. What are you saying, fam?
Yeah, man, I'm here, man. I'm in the building, man. Like I said, man, I'm out here having a, you know, I'm loving Jamaica right now. See what I'm saying? It's beautiful to touch down, and you see what I'm saying? It feels beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, but like I said, Express Truth business comes first. A man calling on sellouts and all kind of thing. I don't understand how you can call anybody associated to Express Truth a sellout. That's crazy.
I'll keep it real with you, Cake, because I know you hit me up still, even though you're running around on tour and that busy. But like I say it to you, like I said it on air, like I said it to you, man. A lot of that's just trolling, you know, and whether it's more than likely it's someone that man know. You know what I'm saying? Because people have to come on the internet and make fake profiles and chat sugar, because you know that can't run if man were face to face.
Real talk. People, listen. You gotta apologize with us today, man. It's not the way it usually is. So, Melanin Matchmaker, people, it's very, very important, man. You can see, well, where I'm at's hot and beautiful and sunny and all of that, but I don't know what it's like back there in the UK, but I'm imagining it's cold, damp, you get what I'm saying, dark, all of the rest of that. So, when them cold nights come, you know, ladies, you don't want to be going to bed by yourself. Fellas, you don't want to be going to bed by yourself. You're going to want someone that you can even go to the picture house, as they call it out here, and go and sit down and take in a movie. So what you need to do, listen, head over to the description box below, download Melanin Matchmaker, meet your king or queen today. Okay, people, meet your king or queen today. So, people, this Chris Kaba situation, Stephen, bear with me a second. We're going to read the article in just a second. But this Chris Kaba situation, people, like I said before, there hasn't been a lot said. You know, when the police do things like this, they take long to talk. Now, the reason why I wanted to wait until they actually spoke is to kind of have both sides of what has been, both sides of events. We can hear that, and then we can talk about it based on facts. You see what I'm saying? But we know the facts we've got now, we'll speak on that for now. And, the phone lines are open. A lot of people have been, I don't know what it is, it's like I'm becoming the heel on this show or something, Stephen. Like, you're the good guy and I'm the heel, because everybody's like saying, go along to get along, gang, and
family.
not even linking my mom to this thing, and because his mom's doing this now and he can't do that. And people, listen, man. People, listen, man. We ain't scared to talk about nothing. Now, Stephen, please do us the honors and just read the article so we can all get an understanding of what's going on, and then we'll go in. LH, big up for the super chat. Shout out everyone in the chat. Gang. Hit the like button, man. Stephen, what are you saying?
Gordon's, I saw that we should get on Twitch. Yo, just DM me on Instagram, though. We'll talk about the Twitch thing. All right. Let me jump on this thing from the BBC. The family of Chris Kaba, an unarmed black man killed by the Metropolitan Police in South London, has been shown body-worn police camera footage of the moments leading up to his death. Mr. Kaba, 24, was shot dead by an armed officer following a car pursuit that ended in Streatham on the 5th of September. Mr. Kaba's mother, Helen Nunkama, told the BBC it had been very hard to watch the footage. The family also met with the Met Police Commissioner after viewing the footage. Miss Nakama said her heart was already broken, but now she wanted justice. I want the truth, she said. The truth, that's what I want for Chris, she said of her son, who had been an expectant father. The police watchdog, the independent officer for the police conduct, IOPC, has begun a homicide investigation into the shooting. It said last week it was making arrangements for the family to view the footage after they had asked to see it. The family gathered at their solicitor's office to watch the video before being joined later by Met Commissioner Sir Mark Rowley. Afterwards, Mr. Kaba's cousin, Jefferson Bozella, repeated Mr. Kam's comment, saying the family now wants justice, but that they would now be taking a step back after some initial campaigning following Mr. Kaba's death. The Met Police has suspended the officer involved, but the family has previously criticised the length of time it took for this to happen, accusing the force of racism. The IOPC recently said it would examine whether or not Mr. Kaba's race influenced any actions taken by the Met Police. Its investigation is expected to take 6 to 9 months. It was also previously said that on the night Mr. Kaba was shot, a police automatic number plate recognition camera had indicated a vehicle being driven by the 24-year-old, which was not registered to him, had been linked to a firearms incident in the previous days. The IOPC said CPR was immediately given by officers and support requested from the ambulance service, but Mr. Kaba later died in hospital in the early hours of September the 6th. A coroner's inquest into Mr. Kaba's death is due to open on the 4th of October. All right, what are you saying, Cake? Yeah, talk.
Stephen, take it away, please.
All right. What am I saying after reading that? Joke thing. I'm hearing BBC has just reiterated the fact that he was unarmed. And then, you know what happened? You know what I don't understand? This is what I don't understand with things like this. So whether the police have, unfortunately in this case, shot and killed someone, or they've really, let's say they had someone in custody and they've really beaten them up. How is it being investigated by them? There's a code. I'm sure there's a code of honor among the police. They're not gonna.
They stay on code.
That's what I'm saying. They're not gonna prosecute themselves. And then they're talking about, we're gonna look into whether race was a factor. Of course, they're gonna say, nah, just say it wasn't a race thing. That alone shows me it's a joke thing. They're saying it can be up to 6 months to sort the investigation, because you're hoping people are gonna forget. That's why. But like I always say on the show, when they abuse their power, who is going to police the police? So you see a police doing wrong in the street, can you run up to the police and slap cuffs on him? You can't do anything.
The police stay on code. That's one thing that I actually you know, police stay on code, so they've killed this young man, yeah, and they're gonna use their own people to investigate them. We know it ain't gonna go the way it's supposed to go. But what I've noticed, though, I'll tell you, in the UK, it's getting. This is why things are different with our podcast, because I see everyone is jumping out and trying to say controversial things to go viral. You see what I'm saying? Everyone's trying to jump out and say controversial things to go viral now. This is what I will say. The police are paid to protect us. The police work for us, man, because we pay council tax and all these kind of things, you know, and never mind all the taxes they take from us every month. Yeah, that's what the police are paid with. So whether this guy was involved in crime or not, meaning whether he was active or not, there should be a certain protocol that the police use to apprehend the young man. We shouldn't be having a conversation about the man being killed. I will agree with that. There's no way the police, like, this guy was not armed in it, Stephen. They never found nothing on him, did they? So even if they had intelligence, and I don't get it, like, where was the shot? Why did they shoot to kill? Ain't these guys marksmen? Ain't you supposed to do leg shots and all that kind of stuff?
Let me talk to you, Kate.
Right.
When did I ever do this? Whether it's the UK or it's the States, man, it don't matter, you know. A man could have said, yo, where they've pulled him over, they've come here, get out of the car now. They're surrounding him with a gun, yeah. He's turned off the engine and pulled out the keys. They see something shiny, gun, and they just shoot. You know, it don't take nothing for them to shoot someone. You could be holding your boss pass and they'd say you had an AK-47. Like, it doesn't matter to them, man. Because I think it's something called probable cause. So, like it's been in, I know it's not America, but it's the same kind of topic. So I'm going to be linking them back and forth tonight. Just like in the States, what's the number one catchphrase they love for use? I was fearful of my life. That's what them love to say about everything, you know. And they're gonna use that as the excuse because like they said in the article, because they had their recognition camera system, blah blah blah. The car, they're saying the car wasn't registered to him, and it was used earlier that day or a few days prior, involved in a shooting. Yeah. So for all we know, this is what I'm saying, and this is where we have to take in some precautions, you know, especially as young black men. Be careful. I know we have friends who might be doing this and doing that. Be careful what cars you're jumping into with people, because you don't know what a man's been up to or has got on him. And also, be careful if you're going to borrow a man's car as well. Because this could have been a simple thing where he's borrowed his brethren's car and his brethren might be doing stuff on the road, whatever. Got caught up in a Mazda, not told him. Now I'm driving the whip, blood.
Real talk.
And I get locked up for things. Blood, I know a geezer, fam, who's locked up right now because of something like that. Something happened, yeah. Man had things in the car. He didn't tell his friend. Police have come. Man's dipped and all that. Before he hold up his hands and say, yo, it was my things. Both men are sitting down in jail, blood.
I'm sure we spoke about something like that last week. This is what I'm trying to say. But for all those funny podcasts, I know a lot of them was in London still. Big up the whole of London, show express truth, love, but a lot of them was in London. And what I'm saying, I hear what some of them are saying, but let's just clean up this notion that people are putting out there that if a man's involved in crime, it comes with it. I know loads of people, yeah, who have got to a later stage in life, who moved a certain way when they were younger. That young man should be given the same opportunity to be able to change his life. Police didn't have to kill him. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, that when the police seen my man, don't they have some sort of code of conduct? Like, how did they say, what is it that he takes his phone out and it's like, yo, gun? Or what is it? How did they do it? How did they just make that decision that quick to shoot? You see what I'm saying? It's different if you said my man pulled out and he tried to shoot them, or even a couple years ago with the Lee Rigby situation, when when them two guys done that situation with Lee Rigby, and then they started running at the police, and even the police managed to not kill none of them. So I don't understand how they killed this man. See what I'm saying? Then I'm fed up with this Black Lives Matter thing and all this. Oh, you know, it don't matter when a black man kills and all that. Let me just clear this up, because a lot of these podcasts, you just get on and say anything. You don't even educate yourself about what you're talking about.
Family
it's two
heart.
different things. Listen, if you're a man who's involved in gang crime, there is many different organizations. I know a lot of them myself who are dedicated to gang crime and looking into gang crime. If a black man kills another black man, the police are going to catch you and put you in prison for you're going to get the full force of the law as a black man. There's not too many black men who get away with murder. The reason why people get upset when the police do it is because they're trying to say, treat the police the same way you would treat another black man. Do you understand? The reason we're not marching when Tyrone kills Jermaine is because Tyrone will go to prison for 35 years.
Yeah, justice will be
What are people trying to say is these police, there's no footage, they don't release their face, none of that. So of course people are going to be upset. Now listen, I understand my man was a rapper and he was rapping certain things. People, I'm not making no excuse for this guy, you know. What I'm trying to say is that's what people want to hear. Most these men who are rapping all this crud, they're only rapping it because that's what people want to hear. If people wanted to hear some pump my black fist and my black brother and all that, he'll be rapping that. He's rapping that gang shit, that gangster shit, because that's what sells. You get what I'm saying? That's why he's rapping that. It's got nothing to do with no, you know, and I'm not making no excuse, you know, because I'm against any type of activity like that. But like I said, man, that young guy deserved a chance to change his life. Police never had to kill him. And look, like someone said earlier in the chat, if you was in a car and a man shot a man, you wouldn't get no second chance. So the police, they've been very quiet since this happened. The Queen's death did take away from this as well. Let's be real, people. The Queen's death has dominated the press. So it was a timing issue as well. So
yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Fact, Stephen, what are you saying?
The day, I'm just gonna chime in, King. The day after the funeral, like what was that? The Monday, the Tuesday, yeah. Family, I said, let me check the news and that, let me see what's going on in the world. The whole paper was the Queen's funeral, cover to cover. Not a one advert, anything in the paper, you know, G. Nothing but funeral business. It's a joke thing. It's a joke thing. But yeah, all right. So the geezer who shot him hasn't been named and shamed. He's finally been suspended.
Yeah.
Blood. All you'll probably get is a fine, blood. A fine equivalent to a Whopper meal. And he'll probably get 2 weeks off with pay or something. I don't feel like that's ever gonna happen because there's been a few over the years. There's been a few unfortunate killings involving black people and the police. Has anyone ever been charged from the force?
The police, look, Stephen, we have to understand, you know, the police are not. They have what you call a blue code of conduct. The police stay on code. They stay on code. The police stay on code. The police are not going to out each other. So they're going to find out. They're going to say, that's why it's taking so long, because they're going to put together some sort of scenario or some sort. You get what I mean?
We already know.
And trust me, like I said, what my man was, what he raps about and how he was allegedly living, we're against that. But I'm saying he deserves the same. You know, he deserves. That don't mean you're just dead. Like, it don't mean you're just dead. Like, he deserves the same. He deserves a certain approach. The police are supposed to approach it a certain way, but the police are on some the moving trigger happy. The moving trigger happy. Let's be real. The moving trigger happy. See what I mean? And online, what I didn't understand, you know. See what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna call it out online. On all these blogs and everything, if anybody spoke anything outside of that, it was like, yo, you should be talking about it. Like, it almost became popular to do that. Like, what's that even we're talking it right, you know, what's that female rapper from, bro? And she called outside, man.
Familiar.
La Familia. This is what I'm talking about. Imagine La Familia, you're from Brom. Yeah, Sideman, you're from Brom. Sideman's talking whatever he's talking. Shout out Sideman. And La Familia, who's from Brom, also goes in the comments to speak out against Sideman because he's not talking about this thing. So what? Everyone.
Yeah. It was regarding the Queen and it.
Yeah.
Basically, he was saying, I don't want to misquote him, brother, you know. To paraphrase though, he was talking along the lines of like, oh, I'm seeing enough people diss the Queen online, and he was saying something like, if you know someone who was living muddy, yeah, so their life was muddy, they've died, do you now need to jump in the mud with them to tarnish their name? Is what he was saying. And then she said, so I don't remember. She said some stupidness. I don't even remember.
But that's what I'm trying to say. My whole thing is that situation. It's still the police. All they're gonna do, yeah. Let's be real. And this is what I keep telling man as well. When you're taking pictures, I used to be guilty of it. Smile in your picture, man. All this mean mugging, the feds are gonna use the same mean mugging picture you took to use that on your. You know, like even with my man, how they're trying to paint the narrative. They're not saying it, you know, but they're trying to paint a narrative that people are like,
he was involved in things.
Yeah, like you're just involved. And I'm saying, I reckon probably over 70% of men who rap certain things aren't living it. Let's be real.
Family 9 said it as well, G. 9 said it as well. Blood, I could rap all of that conscious, positive stuff, but the fans ain't going to want to hear me, man. And it's Bible facts, blood. The people just want to hear F3 and negativity. That's why everyone went crazy for drill. Man just want to hear all of that shit, fam.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's what I'm trying to say. We can't just put this man in the mix with that type of like just throw him in like, yo, he's living this life. We don't know if he was living that life. It has to be investigated properly. The police are moving in a way. And then, like I said, because everyone's trying to go viral, there's a lot of black people who are just saying things to go viral. See what I'm trying to say?
Everyone wants to get that weekly spot on Major Things page, blood.
Facts.
So, man are saying the most. Fam, if you can throw that up. Man are saying the most to try and get on there, fam. Because they want Major Thing to post them with a nice little cute caption, fam. So they can say to their friends, oh, I got posted on Major Thing, you know.
No, I swear down, I'm telling you right now, the thing's getting crazy. Like, I've sat back and just observed just to see what's going on. And I honestly think certain man see things going on and just say, what can I say? The most controversial thing that the blogs will repost. Because I don't understand why people don't understand why people are upset about a police killing my man. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, cause people are going to be upset. He didn't need to be executed like that. All
right, K.
Go to.
I got a hypothetical, yeah?
Yeah.
For you and all of the beautiful listeners at home and abroad. So, yeah, give this situation. Let's say this brother or any other brother, shot and killed by the police, but they unarmed at the time, but they were a known gunman. Do we keep the same energy? So, are we still marching? Are we still petitioning for justice? Or are we just charging it to the game? Like, keep it real. No PC answers. So, I'm not saying you have to be raw, but man's just keep it 100% real. So, let me finish the scenario, actually. So, you're a notorious gunman, yeah? You walk with your thing all the time. You walk with your thing usually Monday to Sunday, but this week you've only done Monday to Friday, and the feds caught you lacking on Saturday. So, do we go, justice, rare, you're an innocent soul, because you got caught lacking on the 2 days out of the 7?
Break that down one more time, because I want to make sure I answer this thing correct.
All right, so I'm saying, you're a known gunman, yeah? You always walk with your piece. Monday to Friday, you got your gun on you, but Saturday, you say, I'm just running out. So you don't bring it, yeah? You go out unarmed. But then that's the day the police catch you. So the police know your whip, they not recognize the plate, they set up this thing, they catch you, everything. Yo, get out of the car, rare. Oh, he's got a gun. And they shoot you dead. They shoot you dead on the day you were actually unarmed. Are we marching in the streets? Are we walking to Scotland Yard and petitioning? Are we crying for justice, or are we just charging it? Are we just charging it to the game?
I see an argument for both sides, you know.
Talk to me nice, G.
I see an argument for both sides because when I was younger, I seen bare man who terrorized the community for real, who, you know, a lot of people wouldn't have felt no way if feds ran upon them like that. But at the same time, the police are doing a job. They're supposed to be doing a job. You see what I mean? And this is not, England is not a third world country. You see what I mean? Like I'm telling you right now, like out here now, yeah. If feds think a man's got a gun,
yeah,
there's no talking. There's no arrest. You see what I'm saying? There's no arrest. Man's just coming and, see what I mean? He's getting bodied. But that don't happen like that in England. See what I mean? The police are supposed to apprehend a man or what. The marksmen, they don't listen. Those policemen are marksmen. Don't make you think they made a mistake. They're marksmen. See what I mean? They know how to take a shot that would just neutralize. Even if my man was a threat, even if this Chris Kaba, yeah, police rolled upon him and my man pulled out a handgun and said, yo, what you saying? What you saying? Mm-hmm. Police know how to neutralize that. Don't let them fool you, you know. They know how to do a leg shot or something just to get rid of that threat. Their thing is not to kill. So I'm wondering what is the reason, what's gone on, and the number one question, people ain't gonna even like me saying this, but why did he run? See what I'm saying? Because if armed feds are coming for me and I know that I ain't got no strap, why did he run? That's another question. And I'm saying if you want to phone in and ask and tell me why did you run?
Good question.
Like I don't understand why he ran if he didn't if he knows he's got no strap, why did he run? Some people are saying, in a situation like that, a man's probably just scared and took off.
One quick answer to that question could be it depends on you as an individual, innit? Because that's where they say fight or flight, innit? So some people might just, oh God, and just freeze up, you know what I'm trying to say? But another man's natural instinct might be like, yo, I'm gone.
Yeah. Like
I'm seeing guns on me, I'm gone. Police, ops, whoever, GTA, Red Dead Redemption, I'm gone.
Yeah, I don't know why he ran, for real. See what I'm saying? I don't know why he ran, but there's a lot of questions, and the way how the media can spin this thing, and what I'm trying to say, let's keep it real. This is the express truth. We're gonna keep this thing real. There's only a very small section of England who are concerned about this. Let's be real. So the reason why I'm saying that is because the media know exactly how to spin this. Like this, the media are very talented at what they do in Britain, and they've spun it a way where the average man, because the small section of Britain who care about this, there's no noise being made there, let's be real. So what I'm saying is the media have spun it a way where if you pick up a paper or you read an article, the way how it's worded and the narrative that they've put out there is almost like, yeah, we made a mistake, but we made a mistake with the right person. Do you get what I'm saying, Stephen?
Facts.
So
yeah,
that's how the police have kind of flipped this. That's how the media's kind of flipped this. And the people who are asking the questions don't have a big enough voice. So that's what I'm saying. Like they use certain picture. I'm seeing it, fam. I'm seeing it. And I understand why people are vexed. Like, I get what.
No, I got an answer for you, innit?
Yeah, go to.
Because you know I'm on it at the chat. R-Tube says he was unlicensed. That's why he ran. He would have gotten recalled back to prison if he got caught.
Why wouldn't you run? Sorry, Stephen. I'm just here looking at the camera. Mike Santana, I'm saying to you, if police step to me and I'm unarmed and it's armed police, I'm saying, me, myself, I'm just putting up my hands and saying, yo, I ain't got nothing. I'm going to be more scared by running. And trust me, I'm not saying that my man should have done this or should have done that, because it's happened now. But I'm saying if it was me, I'd probably just hold up my hand and say, yo, I haven't got nothing. Yo, what's going on? I'm going to be more concerned that, yo, why are you like bothering me for? I'm going to be more scared to run. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of these armed police, you have to remember this is England, you know, there ain't that much action for them. So when they eventually do get to be in a situation like this, a man might get a bit excited.
Trigger happy, innit?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Imagine, because think about it, because man think like James Bond and all that. Fam, them things are real, you know. So you might have all these, like a lot of the time, sometimes these man, the armed response man, it's like, you know, like old SAS mans and all of that.
Yeah.
So these man might not have seen action since like Afghanistan or something, G. So them man trigger fingers itching, you know.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of different reasons as to why this situation went the way it went. But yeah, the police, there needs to be, the only way, if we're talking real talk, yeah, the only way to kind of stop situations like this from happening moving forward is that there has to be a governing body unrelated to the police who look into situations like this.
I feel like it should be elected taxpayers, you know.
Your facts?
You know what I'm saying? So like, so away from the police, got the police bodying and govern themselves, away from elected politicians, like it should be a total separate entity. You should have like a rotation of, you know what I'm saying? So you know, like how you can get called up for jury service and all of that, like that. So from your legal taxpayer, your record's clean. They call you up for whatever. You know what I'm trying to say?
That's how it should happen, but it's not running like that. They're not running it like that, and that's why.
Needs to be a jury.
But hold on, people. You can phone in, you know. The phone lines, just because we're in Jamaica, you know, the phone line's still 0121 318 2640. So don't think the phone ain't running same way. If you want to say, you say. Phone in and say what you want to say, man. The phone line is open. So let me just make sure it's open right now.
What? Oh yes. What time is it over there? Okay, after 3, innit?
Nah, it's 2:10 over here.
Oh, 2:10.
Yeah, it's 2:10. 6 hours behind still.
It's 6. I thought it was 5.
Remember the clocks go back and all that. When that happens, it kind of.
Oh, true. Coming outside 5. My God, say. Bubble like suit, man. That's what I'm saying. Nah, I want people to phone in, man, because some people had a lot to say, blood. Man's were trolling like they lived in a box under a bridge last week and that.
Facts. That's why I want to hear what man is saying. That's why I want to hear what man is saying. But yeah, the situation. So what you reckon? What you reckon when the police do make their statement? Just for look into the crystal ball.
Should I guesstimate their statement? Yeah, you want them to guesstimate?
Yeah, just look into your crystal ball. What happens with this situation?
With the unfortunate incident involving Chris Kaba, the police said they were in their right to use the required amount of force to protect themselves and others. Chris was known to the police. He was known as XYZ. He was known for this and that. The car was stolen and used for a gun, and then a gun was found near the city. All the usual gas and jazz, blood. They're gonna add all the special effects like it's the new Star Wars, man.
Facts.
You get me? Because they've already started. You heard the article from the BBC that I read out earlier. They've already started it. So they've already started planting seeds. So they're trying to plant seeds of doubt in people's minds now. Oh yeah, the car wasn't registered to him, and it was involved with the shooting, and you know what I'm trying to say. They're trying to control the narrative already.
Real talk. But this is what I said would happen. This is what I said. Most people.
Check the phone line, blood. Mike. I think Mike said the phone line. It's moving jig, but.
Steven, just do me a favor. Just test that phone line for me on a device outside of what you're using now. just check the phone line, cause
Family, I got devices coming out the wazoo, blood. I got it because remember I'm watching you on the 4K TV. I got my phone in my hand.
what's the quality saying? How man looking at you?
Family,
We said,
sun is shining, weather is sweet.
no man, life's different here, you know. I'm not even gonna lie.
Family, you tell him, blood.
Life's different here, you know.
But I'm too juicy, patty, fam.
Yeah. That you?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, safe. Yeah, that's running people.
But that phone line's running normal, man.
One of the
0121.
mud. Somebody who's in there, yeah. Put the phone line on there so I can pull it on the screen.
Let me read it out anyway. 0121 318 2640. That number again, 0121 318 2640. See it there, Mike. We fixed the digital, dog. You're good now. Man said man need to top up the digital, fam. Fam, they got 5 digital on 5G yet.
Nah. I don't. Nah, 5G. I don't hear yet still.
Them not 5G
It
yet.
soon come though, man. It soon
Wow,
come.
man.
It soon come. Western, big up yourself.
LH, big up yourself. What am I dealing with, blood? Fam, well, no, they had 4G early because they had 4G a good couple of years back when we were out still.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like I said, man. The whole situation. But like I said, I understand why people feel away. I just wish that a lot of people are speaking on it would educate themselves and stop making us look crazy in the media and all that by saying like, you know, this all lives matter narrative and, you know, what's the new thing? Why ain't we saying nothing when this black things happen? Listen, man, 99.9% of the time, if a black man does anything like that, you get in court and you go into prison. So there is nothing to march. There's nothing to march for because the black man's going to prison if you do that, and you're not gonna have to wait long until that happens.
Expeditiously. See
what I'm saying? So that's why I don't understand why none of these interviewers are not calling this out. But people think they're dropping jewels. You're not dropping no jewels, man. You're not dropping any kind of jewel, man.
Man think they're dropping jewels. Man are dropping screws on the floor, fam.
Yeah, they ain't dropping no jewels, man. It's just straight nonsense. Guys are talking.
But you know what? A lot of the time I find is a lot of the time they're chatting shit. I'll just say it. But other times they're it's just common sense things, innit? But man think they got the whole wisdom of the village or something, man.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth, man.
And it ain't nothing but common sense things, but yeah, man. The issue isn't just around killing; it's about general unfairness in the judicial system too. We know that, King. That ain't gonna change, man. We know that ain't gonna change because, like man, I always saying on the show, who's gonna police the police? Because they're not gonna police themselves, and we can't police them. You know what I'm saying? Man can march and rally and stand outside Scotland Yard till the cows come home, but ain't nothing gonna change but the weather, man.
Yeah, it's true. The police, they police each other, and like you said, man, they're not gonna throw whoever the trigger man was, the officer. They're not gonna throw him under the bus. Let's be real. So I'll just tell everyone from now, they're not gonna throw that officer under the bus. Just like the Mark Duggan situation. See what I mean? They're not gonna throw the officer under the bus. It ain't gonna happen. And like I said, for the police, they got lucky because it was around the time with the Queen situation. So once that news broke, it was like that Chris Kaba thing just took a back seat. Let's be real. Let's be real.
The thing is, they've already started because they've already told you the investigation's gonna. I've heard them say 6 to 9 months or something. So they're saying, yeah, man, let's fuck around and act like we're doing something for these 6 months, and then just say, yeah, the evidence was insufficient. Yeah, the police did the right thing. And then unfortunately, the family will never. Unfortunately, his family will never forget, but everyone else will. And then we'll be okay until the next tragedy hits. And the next thing for us to throw our toys out of the pram hits.
We'll talk and I'll just say this as well. Like, listen, if you're on road, yeah, and you want to be, you want to be a bad man. I'm just being real, man. Like, this is not Snowfall. See what I'm saying? This ain't Snowfall. You're not
Franklin, blood.
You're not Franklin. This is not something where you... Because I've been binging that Snowfall, and my man, he does a madness and gets away with it and does something crazy. And life ain't like that, man. So you have to understand that this thing is cops and robbers. That's what this thing is. So if you want to be a robber, you got to understand that the cops, that just because...
The cops win more than the robbers in life.
That's a fact. And also, they ain't going to always play it by the book as well. Let's be real. They ain't always going to play it by the book. Let's keep it 1,000 though, Stephen. The police ain't going to always keep it by the book. They're not gonna. And if, that's why I said let's wait for more information to come out so we know what's going on. What is his history? Everyone's saying that it's this rapper. What is all the music straight crud and gang stuff and road stuff? What's my man's history like? We need to know these things. We need to know these. We need to know what is going on. We have to know before we just get in there and talking. You know what I mean?
Well, you've hit the nail on the head, innit? And all I wanted to say was, this is why. When you sent me this, you know what it is with these things. I don't even. I'm kind of numb to these stories now. And when I say that, I don't mean like I don't care, but like they don't show. I'm not like hit with a huge amount of outrage. You know what I'm trying to say? It's kind of like I expect it. Like I expect it to be cold, and I expect it to rain, and I expect to pay tax. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I feel ya.
Like I expect it. But what I'm trying to say is we're gonna see how fickle people are. We see it all the time, whether it's minor stuff, so whether it's like celebrity nonsense, whether it's something like this which is really serious. Unfortunately, hopefully this doesn't happen, but let's just say he has a laundry list of crimes, so like gun offences, robbery, drug possession, drug distribution. Let's say his track record comes out, yeah? All these people saying like, yeah, we need to march and all that. Watch how they're going to switch, because people are fickle, blood. When you stand for nothing, you're fall for anything. And most of these people making up noise don't stand for nothing. They haven't got two morals to rub together. But they want to act like blood clot Malcolm X's and Martin Luther King's, like the community leaders, son. Man are calling themselves...
it's the fact. No, let's keep it real. It's the facts.
Man are calling themselves community activists, blood. Most of these men are community activists, fam. Because your twats out here, G.
Police never need to... Listen, express truth, people. Listen what I'm saying. Go on, Steve.
The phone line shouldn't be busy. Sorry, Kay. Mike's saying, is it me or is the phone line busy? King, it shouldn't be busy, man. That was me ringing it to test that it's fine.
Anybody who wants to phone in, like I said, man, we should be good. There. The line's running 0121 643.
Kay.
Oh, sorry. 0121 318 2640. See what I'm saying? Stephen, what I'm trying to say is, what you said there is what you just said there is very, very important. People, the police can easily just kill this if they come out and say, yo, my man done this and done that, and you see what I mean? That's why you have to wait to understand. Remember, this is England, this is not the States. Mm-hmm. If armed police are going after a man, yeah, I think we're rolling now, I think we're rolling. You're live on the Express Truth.
Yes, Mark, Stephen. I'm calling up about this Chris Kaba situation, yeah?
Yeah, man. Wow, go on, man.
Yes, brother. Respect due, man. So listen, I've never called before, so this is I've had to call about this, yeah?
Yeah.
This policeman business, in terms of how they handle black people, has been going on for the longest time, my friend. From when people go in police station, and the next thing you hear, they're telling you about, it's asphyxiation, there was a medical something, and the next thing you know, that man has been dead, yeah? Been deaded off. And then the reports and everything come out later. And like Stephen has alluded to, nothing said. They make all kind of excuse. The person, you don't even know what happened to the person, whether they're still working for the police, etc. When you think about, like you've already mentioned, Mark Duggan, Trevor Smith, Dalian Atkinson, all Smiley Culture, all them people there were killed off by the police with the biggest gang going. So when I tell you, sir, from personal experience, I've had encounters with the police, and if you don't act correctly, they are ready to bend you up in S and do all kind of madness to you, because they're going to tell you about, oh, it's a big black guy, oh, we were fearful of all kind of business, because that's how they operate. If your name is John or Wayne or whatever, they're dealing with you differently. Standard, bro. Simple as. So when you said before about, actually, if you haven't done nothing, don't run. Don't run, you know, because they're looking any excuse to say you were acting up.
That's a fact.
And then they're going to use excess force. You understand? So, looking at it directly, unfortunately, from a black community perspective, it's another one. But what I don't want to see, which I hope we don't see this time, is that there's a lot of energy being put in now, and then it just dies off because we forget about it, move on to other things. Because that's what always happens. But when you watch other communities, they keep the thing moving forward. But we take up a thing like style, and then, sure, that's done now. On to the next thing. No.
Yeah, that's just that. Let's be real. That's just like how the police said it's going to take 6 to 9 months. Give that a month. Most people forget about that. It would just be the family and people that are close to the situation. Sad, but true.
Yeah. And then you'll see one little article in a newspaper or online, and you're thinking, oh gosh, okay. you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the problem, man. So what do you think? So how can situations like this, from a perspective of the community, how do we avoid this moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting, the question that Stephen posed before about if it was a notorious gunman, would the response be the same? I'm going to say, I don't think it would have been the same. I think some people would have been like, well, if he did anyway, kind of go on with badness from the longest time. And if you're not mixed up in anything, then you shouldn't be in the police's radar. But at the end of the day, the police operate. When the police come for you, the first thing they're going to look at is colour. They don't even know about your history. More time they'll tell you, so they've checked it out on background and whatever. But I can't understand how this man, Chris Kaba, was unarmed in a vehicle, and there's a single shot through the window, and they've killed him. And like you said, these people are trained marks people. They're trained, highly trained. Not anybody can get through that. You have to have a certain mentality and a mindset to be able to be a firearms officer. So I don't know what was going on through that police officer's mind and through that police officer's brain. But clearly, what has happened is a tragedy. From a community perspective, I think ultimately we need to. It's not about it's not about conforming or whatever, but you have to know how to behave when you're in certain circumstances. Sometimes people want to behave and go on a certain way because they want to say, so when they've left that situation, yeah, man, I ran into a couple of bees, boy, and this is what happened, and so they can tell a story and look good. It's rubbish, because police will deal with you how you want to deal with you. When you are there, they will deal with you anyhow. And this is me talking from personal experience. I have been stopped by police in a car because they said to me, you're driving an Astra in a specific part of town. I'm like, what? Or I've been stopped because there's been a robbery down the road and you fit the description. So I said to the officer, what was the...
yeah, I've had that as well.
So I said to the officer, so what he looked like, it was a black man in dark clothing. I was like, officer, you can see I'm wearing a doorman security coat with the thing on. Do I look like I've just done a robbery? Crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
But
great. It's madness.
as I say, yeah, well, as I say, the first thing I see is, and I want to tell you, we don't see colour. Yes, they do. 100%. Yes, they do. They'll take action and then chat later. Simple as. So, as I said, let's keep the energy, keep the same energy throughout this. Don't let it die off. Yes, the Queen's death coming has taken away some of that momentum, but we can't make that go on, because then it'll be the next time, it'll be the next one, and then the next one.
But we don't. But caller, the thing is, what I've noticed is, I said to Stephen, you know, I said when this situation happened, I said just kick back and just watch how this unfolds. It's hard for us to keep it going because a lot of the platforms, everyone's just looking at YouTube numbers and getting views and getting likes and getting comments. So guys are saying things just to get reposted. I'm seeing all kind of madness on social media. Guys are saying things just to be reposted. So this situation, I give it a month, we won't hear. But we personally, people ain't gonna be talking about it. It's just gonna, you'll hear about it and then it will just be done. It's just over, and then it's just on to the next thing. Whatever. 6 to 9 months. The police know how to do things. Just like when they arrest a man, and they're like, "Yo, what is it when the case is pending?" And they're just like, you know, you're just waiting. They can just leave you like that for a year if they want.
Yeah.
And they're very good at doing. They're very good.
Yeah,
they're very good at things like that.
But when they're ready, they can solve certain things quick, you know.
Yeah, if it's something that's in their interest, like that couldn't go on. Let's be real, like that couldn't happen. There's only 2 communities that can happen the way it happened in. One is us, as in black. You know, we get all of that negative gangster image, all of that stuff. So that's one. And the other one is the Islam, the Pakistani Islam community. Because then they can just use the terrorism thing. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what's happened in this situation. They can just say, like I said, they haven't put out no real statement yet, so they can just say, my man was involved in A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and that's it. Everyone move on. But I understand why people are still upset. He still deserves the same approach. You know, I just wish he didn't run. I'm being real. I wish he didn't run. And I know people are saying he was scared and all that, but I just think that's the number one question that I hear from people outside of the community. Like, why did he run? And then when you can't answer that, it's like, safe, move forward then, move on. Why did he run? And that's what I'm trying to say. So we have to address the grassroots problem. See what I'm saying? And then everyone be like, yo, he's a rapper. And then I ain't heard none of the music myself, but from what everyone's saying, the music is just glorification of ruining the community. So I don't know, call that.
And like you said, they're very clever, the media, because they'll put out specific pictures. There's the one photo that keeps showing up. It's the same like back in the day when there was a policeman got murdered on Broadwater Farm in Tottenham in London back in the day in the 80s, and the picture of the guy was a guy called Winston Silcott, and they just put the same picture out all the time. And when you looked at that picture, you thought to yourself, rah, my man look wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's how they do it. That's how they do it.
Yeah, man. See the picture.
Yeah.
So here you're thinking, nah, man, you're not right. Him wild. You know what I mean?
That's done on purpose, though, caller.
Absolutely.
They'll look through his social media and they want the mean mugging. They want the one where they're saying, yo, look, my man, that's what he was on. So don't try, you know, that's what he was on. And that's what I keep telling guys. Careful. Because they got a plan. And that's why it ain't, everyone's coming to us, talk about this. Everyone else is just trying to get clicks. No one ain't really bringing the reality of this situation.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes, you know, when something happens, it's best not to run up in a thing straight away. Just step back, reflect and say, okay, let me see really what's going on and let me give a measured response. Don't just fly in, because that's emotional. And they already say, you're emotional, you're flamboyant, you're this, you're extra. So let's sit back, like you've done. You sat back and you said, "No, we're not going to speak on it straight away. Let's give it some time." And like you said, I think you guys have done the best thing. People can say what they want to say. You're a sellout. When I said to you about sellout, when you guys said that opening show with it, I thought, really?
Yeah, man. The coming for me. Yeah, same with sellouts. Go along to get along. That was all kind of little Instagram DMs, email. You know, like we didn't even say. When it comes to the Queen situation that happened, man, don't celebrate anyone's death. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's just, we don't do that. I don't care what no one says. We don't celebrate no one's death. Do you see what I mean? So, the fact of the matter is, we done that show. People didn't even realize it was pre-recorded. See what I mean? So, but when that show was recorded, nothing, literally, there was no information that was out about this Chris thing at all. See what I'm saying? And a lot of the blogs, you have to remember, a lot of the blogs, there's certain blogs that keep it official, like Major Think and guys like that. But a lot of the other blogs are faceless, so they can say whatever.
Yeah, that's true. But in order to make sense out of the situation, you have to have that time to think about it, because what you might do and what you might say when it's just happened might be different when you step back and say, let me survey what's going on. Let me see. You know what I mean?
And depending what area he is from in London as well, you have to remember, let's say this happening, like, say, in Birmingham somewhere, and the Brummies by now are going to know who the guy is, like, yo, my man was like this. We're going to know what that individual was into. And as much as people don't like to hear that side of the coin, the reality is a lot of individuals within the community are a pestilence, and people don't like hearing it. And I'm not on about Chris, because I ain't from London, but a lot of individuals are a pestilence in the community. Let's keep it 100, caller. There's a lot of individuals that are a pestilence in the community, and you know, it's only going to end up one or two ways for them. Let's be real.
Yeah, no, for real. But then when you got these people moving in our community, going on a certain way, extorting out the community, rinsing it out. But when other people come, they haven't got the same energy, and everybody's like, "Yeah, my man's a bad man." You're thinking, or a bad girl. But within their quadrant, step out of that. What are they saying?
You have to be bad everywhere. You got to be bad everywhere.
You're bad, man. You're bad north, east, south, and west. You understand?
Exactly.
Everywhere you go, you're a bad man. That's what I'm talking about. But some of these people, and I don't understand it, but like you said, some of them is a blasted nuisance, as my parents would say. You know what I mean?
It's the truth, man. And people don't like hearing it. Hearing it, caller.
Yeah, and because they're black, you're supposed to go, yeah, it's all right. Nah, they're a nuisance. We're not business. They're a nuisance. They're not doing anything for us. What are they doing for us?
And this is what I'm saying. This is not, you get what I mean? All skin folk are not your kinfolk. I'm just saying, please never really have to kill him like that. Do you get what I mean? They didn't have to do that. But like I said, there's not like, even now, everyone was saying all this stuff, and there's still not a lot we can say, because we don't know. One thing I will say, we can't go off the music, man. We can't go off the music, because a lot of that music, like I said, 95% of these guys that make these type of songs, not a lot of them are really living this lifestyle, because if any man who I've been around who's living this lifestyle, they ain't got time to go studio and make no music and do music videos and all that. So I don't know what type of gangsters have got a music career. Do you know what I mean? I just don't get it.
Yeah, real gangsters don't have time to go make music and to be having their face out there and it to be known. It doesn't run like that. These guys are doing it because the audience want to hear that type of stuff, but they're not on it. They're not on that kind of lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? Then they're really not. But it sells.
That's
So-
there you go. That's what sells. So from it sells, that you're gonna get more people that do it. But people won't understand that until we have conversations like this. But caller, big up yourself, man.
Yeah, respect you, brothers, man. Nice one, yeah?
Yeah, man. Have a
right.
have a good one.
Yeah,
Cool.
man. Easy. Bye.
Sorry, people, I'm doing a million things. Yeah. You're back in the building. Stephen. You're gonna get
Yo.
Yeah, you're back, man. People, you see the phone line. Like I said, man, we're here jamming. I want to hear from some of these guys that were saying all this.
Pick up that caller though. That call was serious.
Yeah, big up the caller for real.
I was listening intently, man. Yeah, it's a joke thing out here, fam. People them the open. Remember tonight's your night, you know. I want to hear some of the thoughts and feelings that people have, man.
Yeah,
You gotta keep that same energy, man.
real talk, man. So the situation's messed up, man. For real, it is messed up. But
It's peak at the mountain top, man.
hopefully we've explained this Black Lives Matter thing that everyone keeps saying. I don't understand why no one's questioning it, but hopefully that's been addressed.
Black Lives Matter, that's some joke thing, fam. But yeah, I can already see the scheme, man. This is what I'm trying to say. This is why I'm always saying, like, I'm not shocked when things happen, because this is where the writer in man comes out, because I could write this script myself. They're gonna say, 6 to 9 months. Yeah, they're gonna slowly leak out information. Oh yeah, my man was known to this. Oh, shooting in relation to gang warfare. It's gonna be some crap. They're gonna just keep leaking it until they say, you get me? Because they have their way of speaking. So, like, we were just dropping it raw, and the caller was dropping it raw. Instead of them saying, yo, my man was a pestilence, my man was a nuisance, they're gonna say,
Next
yeah.
call still, Stephen. Let me see if I can merge it in.
All right, say less, man.
Yeah, cool. You live on the Express Truth?
Yo.
Yo, well, go on, caller. How you doing today?
Yeah, respect, man. Respect.
Turn down your phone or computer, caller.
Yeah, whatever you're listening to on King, turn it down, please.
Yeah, I've turned it off. Still.
So what you saying, caller?
Yeah, I'm a brummy in it. Like, obviously, the road's kind of been my life in it. So I feel like I got, like, I've been through them situations, being hard stopped. I've been through that many, and I think that when they come for you, they know who they're coming for. Yeah. This called intelligence, so they already know who's in the car. More time they know. When them man they come out for you, they know what go on. Yeah. So I feel that if they when you're hitching, you're fiddling around, that's what can happen. If you don't look like you're reacting straight away to the command, which is get your hands up, blah blah blah. If you look like you got an attitude problem, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Cause it's happened to me too much times. They're back there going on me too much times, and I'm still here because I followed what they said. Yeah. So I think if that happens to you sometimes, you didn't follow what they said, or you took a little bit too long.
So you're basically saying that my man probably didn't really follow what the police were saying. Why this could?
Because and you might say it's happened to me. I'm not a little boy still, and say it's happened to me. All right, then let's say it's happened to me 8 times in my life. Yeah. And each time, why hasn't that happened to me? Then is what I'm trying to say. Because they've hard stopped my vehicle. I was coming out of Newtown housing in 2019. Yeah, and as I come out the housing, they rushed me. Somebody did snitch on me. His name's Americ Belgrave.
Whoa.
Saying like that.
Caller.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just saying.
I mean,
lad. Yeah. But obviously I got snitched on, and they come outside. They got on the floor, blah blah blah, and so I know what it's like to. And I got on the floor, as they said. From the moment we see that, me just get on my knees and lie flat. So I think it's happened too many times for me to say that when that happens to a brother, I'm thinking, well, you must have kind of hitched, bro. You must have. Otherwise, it would have happened to me then.
In all them situations, the feds have run up on you like that. Did you ever run in any of those?
Whether you were on foot or in car.
I'm surrounded. Usually it's kind of like hard stop. You could just be driving your car and just whoosh to come at the lights and jump out on you. So you haven't even got time. You ain't got time to feel around. So I got that weed in my pocket, or I got the item there in that right pocket. Just put your hands on the wheel or get your hands on your head. So I don't know, if you're hitching, then it depends on whether the man's willing to keep saying the same thing to you, and I don't think he's going to keep talking, if you're not listening still. I believe that.
So Carla, let me ask you a question, because I've been stopped by police, but never to the level of what happened with Chris. So, have you ever been stopped by armed police, Carla?
Say that again. Have I been what?
Has armed police ever tried to come for you?
Yes, many times.
All right. So when the armed police come now, when the armed police come, how did you? They've come with the thing now. Is that usually when they think you've got a gun? Am I correct in saying that?
What it is, yeah. You see, if because of my history, my history is dirty.
Yeah.
So if say somebody put a complaint into the police against me, which happens sometimes, people like to go on like they're bad, you do something, and then when they do that now, when they come for me, they'll obviously look in the office and say, right, when we're going for this one here now, yeah, and they'll come with the right equipment to go for that caliber of person. That's how it goes. So if you've established yourself with them as a rude boy, when them come for you, them are come for you as a rude boy. They don't come and no joking.
Yeah. Now I hear that. Call, at least you're keeping it real as a road man. At least you're keeping it real.
To me, if me box someone in the pub and they go, his name's blah blah blah, and then go back at the station and realise they go, they don't just send 2 officers for me. It will at least be 6. And I say, lads, what's going on? How come you got someone? Oh, you know how it is, like that. And they cuff me. I get cuffed automatically because I'm known to be a danger to them, because I've knocked out police officers and that. So obviously, because of these things, when you build up your status with them, you're treated as a code red. So when I get in the bin, I say if I'm in the back of the BMW, they put my name in and the screen will flash. Yeah, and the flash means, and they'll ask me, everything all right though? Yeah, because obviously we're being told that you're a red marker. That's danger to them. So if they're stopping me and I'm hitching in my car, they might think, yo, and we know who's going for. That's what they're going to do. I expect them to, because you've got the marker and I've done the work. I'm not going to say that, I don't deserve it. If them burn my skin, I know that I've done so much things on your system, PNC, that you're coming to somebody that don't disregard, kind of not have the head to deal with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
all right, Caller, because you're speaking from a place of experience, so I want to tap into your binge.
100.
So the same with Chris, and I'm just going based on the article I read from earlier from the BBC. Yeah, they're saying that the vehicle flashed up on their registration thing. It wasn't registered to him, and it was involved in a shooting. So if that was the case, no matter who the driver is, are they going to come out with the armed response unit? Like, what do you think? Or do you feel, say, like, they said, yo, that's Chris, we need to get Chris?
I think what it is, the vehicle's been seen, it's got a marker on it, this how it works. But also, I'm going to give you both sides now. There is a thing where a man can slap something out of a car. We know what slap means. And then obviously, when he could sell the car the next day, as we've all done, something's happening this, I need to get rid of it. Yo, it's going cheap, Little youth from the block who goes college, but you obviously say to him, yeah, you can get it for 2 bags. He knows it's worth 4, but you need to get this car out your hands. So this man buys it now. He's out with his brethren, going for a little drink, heart stopped. He's fiddling in his car. He's never been in this before. He's thinking to get his phone out his pocket to phone mommy. Blam! So that can happen to an innocent victim as well.
Yeah.
So he could have been innocent if he bought the car a couple of days ago and he just took it out on the road and got his insurance.
Well, you know what I'll say though? If I hear what you're saying, but especially like UK, British marksmen, they're like some of the best marksmen. They can shoot to disable and not shoot to kill. So even if my man backed out the phone, they should know how to all shoot his hand. That he like if he did have a strap, it drop, or am I watching too much movies? Because I ain't never, you see what I mean? Yeah.
They're only trained to shoot in 2 places, really. I believe it's the heart and the head. They choose the heart because he was sitting in the car. The heart's not a good shot, so they chose the head.
Okay, makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, they're told where to use. They're trained to get your heart. Usually, and then if you can't, obviously you couldn't get that, then you choose the head. You need to take them out instantly. It's not so. Anytime you see someone get shot by the police and it was in their leg or their arm, that was a mistake shot. They done that by accident. You was meant to get it in your chest or your head.
So what are you saying, that these men shoot to kill?
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, that's what they do.
See, I didn't even know that.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Big up man like Deezy can't happen to him, you get me? So boom, you know, like that. It's
Deezy,
you know,
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Rapper Deezy, the one who used to rap.
The father,
Yeah. Big up Deezy, I know him still. Big up, man.
Yeah. That's I'm using him as an example. Can't happen to him, you get me? And they licked him in his arm, where they can supposed to get you in your chest, but because of his positioning, that's where it was. Yeah, that's where it kind of catch him. So
police shot Deezy.
Shot by them. Huh?
Police shot Deezy.
Yeah, in his arm.
See what I'm saying, fam? I didn't even know that. Good guys, though.
Oh, there you go.
See what I'm saying? Call us, shout out, man. Respect for the call.
Yeah, for real, man. My name's Abex Birmingham. You don't know.
Abex, big up yourself, man.
0121 gang.
Big up Palmer Charmer. Lockdown life, same kind of things like that. You get what I'm saying to you? So, you know, it's like there's nothing you can really do. Really, if you live that life, be prepared to. All I can say to people, is if you're gonna live that life, just prepare to become what comes to it. Just know you can dead. Know that you can take corn. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we are totally. Like I said, at least you're keeping it real as a road, man. See what I'm saying? So call her, big up yourself, man.
No, respect, brother. Respect, man. One love.
Big up.
All right. So you see, we're getting different perspectives right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was asking questions, fam. Because, blood, I've never spoken to a man who's actually gone through them things.
I know a couple of men that have rolled up on armed police, but it's never really gone that far. It's usually always like, you see what I mean? Like they just roll up.
That's what I'm saying. We're watching too much movie then. So I'm assuming it'd be the same in the States as well, blood. They're just, because someone saying it in the chat as well. They're just trying to take out the target. You know what I'm saying? So them look.
We got a next one, you know, Steven.
If you like that.
Yeah, man. Hold on. You live on the Express Truth?
Hello.
You live on the Express Truth? You got off. Don't be shy, man. Don't be shy. Call in and have your say. 0121 318 2640. There's 117 in the building. Here we go. You are live on the Express Truth.
Yo.
Live on the Express Truth. Hello.
Yeah, turn on your computer or phone, whichever one it is.
Okay. Yeah, man. Calling in to say that, he deserved to die, innit?
That, you know, I think that's a bit harsh, caller. What, you break that down?
Harsh, King? What you mean?
Break that down?
I'm gonna, you know what, it did, man. Do you know what I mean? Look at the crimes, look at the things that have happened. You know what's happening too much times? You got people just on TV crying, saying, my son did this. Do you know what? There's 14-year-olds, 13-year-olds that are murderers, straight up murderers. And when they get murdered, do you know, imagine what his opposition would think. Imagine what his opposition think about this. So imagine if he's done something to someone, murdered someone, which we don't know. Just think about that.
No, I hear that. What do you know something different than what the public know? Like, do you know that area of London that he's from? Like, why do you say he deserved it? Like, what intelligence have you heard?
Hold on, go on.
Because if he, what I'm saying is, think about his opposition. Now, think about what they. Put it this way: it's almost like a better thing for them having the police take him out than them, because they ain't going jail. So think about his opposition. Think about all the bad things he's done, and then you've got mum on TV crying, constantly saying my son hasn't done it. Do you know, me personally, I tell you, I've done things where my mum would never know in the history of life. But I promise you, if I died tomorrow, she would cry on the news and say that I was a good boy. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that. I see that angle.
That's unconditional, man.
So no, because when your child's wrong, I know mothers that know when their child's wrong, or put them in care, or can't deal with this child, or this and that. If you know your child's wrong, unconditional. If your child's stealing from you, or your child, I don't know, hides a gun in your house, you know what I mean? The unconditional stuff, there's morals, you know what I mean? But you see, if your child's wrong, or your child's a rapist, or your child's done this and that, or your child's hurt someone's sister, or, do you know what I'm saying? Something like that. and then that happens, think about what his opposition are thinking. I have no...
No, but caller, this is what I'm trying to say, though. Like, we don't know if he even had opposition. I'm not saying, because like, you probably know more than me, but I'm saying...
Guaranteed, 100% he did. So what I'm saying,
Okay.
so with the known of 100% he did, just think about the opposition. Think about what they're thinking. They're thinking they're loving it. They are happy. So it's not, you've got someone who's done something wrong, definitely done something. He's been in the car, like how the last caller says. He's been in the car. He's done something. Police have stopped him. They've took him out because they ain't got no time to play. Do you know what I mean? The moment they start playing in here, think about America's 10 times worse than the UK.
Yeah.
10 times worse. Forget about the whole, just in every way. So police brutality or black on black crime, just anything you can think, prostitution. So if England gets like that, I'm guessing they just need to shut stuff down before England gets like that. Because look how quick people are to follow, like the riots. All it takes is one thing. From this happening, it could have possibly started a riot. But like I'm saying, they shut things down. They shut things down indirectly. Like, for example, they'll see them marching, and then they'll say, oh, they're marching for the Queen. They'll shut things down indirectly.
Nah, you know what it is? Caller. When them riots happened in 2011 for Mark Duggan, yeah, I was outside still, and police let that happen. You get what I mean? With this situation, after the Queen did that, they weren't making no one riot nowhere. Trust me, they would have made an example real fast around that time. So
I don't think you can name more than three. I'm going to say three people just to be nice. I don't think you can name more than three people that stole anything in the riots and that got away with it. So
yeah, the riots was crazy. They were coming after man a year later.
I know. Even if them police retire, there's still more police. They're the baddest gang, and they don't stop. Like, yeah, I'm on your case. Even though he's retired, he's on your case now. And then I go to sleep, and somebody else is on your case. There ain't no one that's got away with that. So of course they're gonna sit back and watch. Let me watch you, idiot.
So caller, hold on a second. Caller. Are you black?
100%.
Okay, just asking that because
it's just
in the chat.
But you see that question there should never have been asked. But
what break it down. Why?
Because there was a bunch of white people there as well. So what I'm saying is, look at all of you idiots, and they've got them on CCTV. They're gonna sit back and watch because it's the judge who's gonna have an orgasm when he gets to get in front of when they have to stand in front of him. It's the judges that are loving it, and they all get put up. So like I'm with this same thing here, it's a case of. When police are murdering people, it's a case of sometimes it's like, imagine what the ops would do. Imagine what the opposition would do to that person. And that's the best way for me to put it. Sometimes it's things just, police have to deal with crimes, innit? In certain ways. And if you deal with that...
Yeah, but if you look at it like that, the police are everyone's ups, innit? The ups to both sides, man.
No, but why are they everyone's ups, though? Why are we saying that they're everyone's ups? Because they're not my ups and they're not your ups.
Who, the police?
What I'm saying is,
Yeah. When you're on the quote unquote wrong side of the law, and you're ups.
Yeah, but if you're on the wrong, if you're on the wrong side, it doesn't matter. If you make an island tomorrow and you say, look, no one can steal them fruits, and someone steals them fruits, you're on the wrong side of the law. So now they're your up. Do you see what I'm saying? Look, if you're on the wrong side of the law, you're on the wrong side of the law. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just logic. Do you know what I mean? You go steal something, and police come and arrest you. We can't keep saying, do you know what I mean? Nah, they've done me wrong, or this. We can't keep saying this. Do you know what I'm saying? And me, trust me, I've been through some hell with police, you know. And even me, I have to come to a logic sometimes and think to myself, you know what? Right, if you do, how much times are we just going to keep saying? Imagine that. I don't know, that judge who got to be a judge. One of my friends is a barrister. She's just become a barrister. She's done. I've seen her do so much wrong, you know. Wrong in like kiss a guy without his permission or grab a guy's ass without. I've seen her do that, and she's a barrister now.
Oh, the sexual assault thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but she ain't been caught. What I'm saying is, if you, she ain't like no one ain't. I don't know, but if you've been caught, if you've done a crime, basically, we've got to stop making excuses. What's happened is someone's done a crime. Police have stopped, and trust me, imagine like if you're not sure. Do you know what I mean? Imagine the first person to see a gorilla. Imagine the first person who saw a gorilla the first time, and he had a gun in his hand. You're not sure. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might just wait there. Let me just kind of take out his. You're not sure. So it's on that approach. They're always not sure. What we have to be grateful for is that they're not. They're not as crazy as the American police. They're not as trigger happy. They're not as skilled. Like
That's why we have to. No, but you know it is, caller. This is bigger than the situation. Like, we have to be careful. Like you said, that because as much as whatever you're saying, Chris, his history was, yeah, we've got to be careful that the next man the police don't do this to is just a man who looks like Chris. You get what I'm saying? Like, basically a black man. So what I'm trying to say, we have to be careful in that way. We have to blow these situations up, even if it's just a dialogue, so we know that they are following protocol. Like, I get what you're saying, but I'm still standing by the argument that they didn't need to kill him. They didn't need to execute, man.
Yeah, 100 police never need to kill anyone in
They
life.
didn't need to kill, fam.
Like, police never need to kill. Imagine you've got someone with a gun to a baby's head, standing there right now with a gun to his head. Police don't need to kill that guy. Imagine you got someone with a knife to a woman's throat, and police are there with the guns. They don't need to kill him, you know. They don't need to kill anyone. But what I'm saying is, you got to think logic. So you got to think, if there's danger, then you need to eliminate that. We're all human. You get me? The same way if he was to thought there's danger, he would eliminate that in it. So we can't just say police didn't need to kill him. If there's a obvious danger, then we can't. Do you know what I mean?
No, but I'm saying, what I'm saying, caller, is that team, that squad, when they went on that move, it would have been said in it. They would have said like, "Yo, my man's known to be dangerous or whatever. So if you see him go in his pocket, disable him or whatever." Do you get what I mean? We've watched enough movies to know this. But I'm just saying, like, they didn't need to execute. That's all I'm saying. They didn't need to execute. That's all I'm saying. Like, unless my man took out a thing and was trying to shoot at the police, they didn't need to execute. That's my only argument. We can debate anything else. We can debate his history. Yeah. We can debate his character. We can debate everything else. But unless he puts something out that window to say, "Yo, I'm barking at the police," yeah, that's the only time they should have shot. That's all I'm saying. But again, we're dealing with the police, so we don't. They're not going to come out and say, "Okay, well, this is what happened." They'll just be putting together the thing that makes the most sense for the public to let this go. That's why we have platforms like this.
If someone's got a track record, imagine that someone's done. Just imagine someone's murdered 10 women. We have to just think about the logic. Murdered 10 women, and you're about to pull up to his house to arrest him. How are you going to go there weaponless?
Yeah, but he didn't kill 10. But call that, we got to keep it official.
I'm giving an example. So they've got something where it's like, okay, this vehicle has done something. Whoever's in this vehicle, and okay, what we don't know, is there any body cam footage?
Apparently there is body cam footage. Someone said it earlier. There is, but the public ain't seen that yet. Yeah. Apparently the family fell back when they seen it though.
Footage, and he's made a sudden movement. Imagine that. And like I said to you, something's got a track record and you approach it. You're not going to approach it weaponless. And imagine if that's your... You know what? Another thing as well. I don't like police neither, but then sometimes I think, if your job is that, and you're putting your life on the line for your job, kind of like a bouncer, you're going to be a bit iffy. I've seen bouncers get iffy of guys that they're
caller. You can't. The two are not linked. You can't say a bouncer and a police. A bouncer, I could probably become a bouncer next week if I want to. But the police are supposed to be trained for high pressured environments. There's no way they should be trained to know what to do. Do you get what I'm saying? They should know that, even if my man's a dangerous threat, and we've heard that this is a shooter, a known shooter, the police should have still approached it in a way like, you know what, let's see what he's on today.
But Cake, I hear what you're saying, but it's like I was saying earlier, a lot of the time, these armed police are straight ex-army and all of that. So they don't know about like the previous caller said, who's dealt with them, who's been on the road and everything. He goes, what did he say? They're trained to shoot for the head or the heart. Fam, this ain't, like I said, myself included, we've been watching too much movies if that's the case, because this ain't no blood clot, the negotiator. Clearly these men aren't trained to talk. They're trained to do a real life Call of Duty and go home.
But what I'm saying, Stephen, is if feds are trained to kill, how come when them guys who done that move to Lee Rigby, they kill a man live on camera? Why didn't the police kill them two then?
If there was a sudden movement, do police have the right to shoot? If there's a sudden movement in a car that's been known for gun crime, do police would we agree to that?
If Chris was known as and I hate to talk in circles, but caller, if Chris was known as a live one, I'm talking about, I don't know much man who's going to bark at the police, but if he was known like that, then that's the only way it's justified for them to take the shot. Unless my man seen them and said, yo, we're going to hold court in the streets. That only happens in movies, by the way.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is why we waited so long to talk on the situation, because I'm glad we're speaking about it now, but even now, we still don't have all the facts, because all we know thus far is that, and it's all alleged, because we know the media lies, but they're saying the car was known for this, shooting, blah, blah, blah. But what was he not? But the question I want to know is, because like the caller opened my eyes, because he said a man could have just sold him a cheap car, which is true. I want to know, was my man known for things? That's what I want to know.
But Stephen, this is what I'm saying. Where's the Londoners at, man? All you guys in London, where is all that? Somebody must know, Chris, down there to say, was my man from his area? Say, what was my man like? Was he on it? Was he doing all this stuff?
Mate, one of his ops call in, man. Let's get their opinion.
But caller, big up yourself, man.
Yeah, man.
Respect,
call.
People, have your say, man. You see the phone number right there, 0121 318 2640. Call in. Let us know what you think.
It's a lively one tonight still.
Let us know what
you think. You know what? This is why I love the call-in show, you know. It's not just the original and the best. It's not just that, but especially with topics like this, I like to see where other people's thought process is taking them. You know what I'm trying to say?
All I know is that everyone you speak to has a different perspective on this thing.
Yeah.
We heard from a roadman earlier. We just heard from the caller just a second ago.
Hold on. Harry Goldbar says, I heard he was moving mad on the roads, to be honest.
All right, so you see, that's what I'm saying.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Stephen, we got carry on what you're saying. We got another caller still. We might be. You're live on the Express Truth.
Yo, big man.
Well, go on, man.
What are you saying? You good? How did you keep that last caller on so long, fam?
I was letting him just, you have to let everyone say their piece.
Let them bubble like soup, man.
Fam, my man was definitely from the upside, fam.
Could have been, fam. He said he could have been. You don't know, though. You don't know.
You never know.
Definitely. But, yo, the police, yeah. First off, we got Mark Duggan, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after what we seen with George Floyd.
Yeah.
And then, and now this Chris Kaba, no gun. And he gets killed in that. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. It's at times like this, yeah, you want to help people like Dale Cregan and Raoul Moat.
Right, Raoul Moat.
Say again.
What you say, Raoul Moat?
Raoul Moat and Dale Cregan, you know them Fed killers?
Yeah, I remember Raoul Moat still.
To shoot a black man down, yeah? But they want us to cry when some Fed gets killed. Like, no.
Facts.
Come on, man, it's out of
Hold
order,
on, Cake, wasn't it in Brum? Didn't they give someone crazy years because they shot a police dog? It was in Brum, innit?
This is what I'm saying.
I know, man, who shot police dog, but remember, if you shoot a police dog, it's classed as a human, innit?
Family, sometimes it's worse because they say that man dog is man best friend, bullshit, innit?
Yeah, no, it's
So, caller, what you saying? That you're just saying that it was an execution, caller. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
What you think?
Of course, it was an execution, fam. Come on, man. But you know what? I ain't down with drill music, to be honest with you. Like, I don't like drill music, you know what I'm saying? I know about 6, 7 and that, but I don't really rate that kind of. I don't see the talent in it.
Yeah,
You know, like I'm
yeah.
old school, fam. Put a sentence together or something.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that.
You ain't gonna get It's mad, fam. Life's gone mad, fam. Life's mad.
Trust me.
I hear you calling. Now, enough respect, man.
No, respect, man. Yo, respect.
Big
I
up.
call him anyway, but that last caller, you should have never kept him on so long, fam, because he was just talking nonsense, fam.
Fam, we just let a man say their piece, and see what I mean.
Caller.
It's one of them ones tonight. We let everyone say their piece.
No, I hear that, man. I hear that. Respect, lad.
Big up yourself, yeah. Cool.
My G, good show, good show.
Respect.
See,
There's somebody else in here, ain't they?
You know what I'd love?
You're live on the Express Truth.
Oh, mad.
The lines are bubbling now. You're live on the Express Truth.
Yo.
What's going on, man? What do you think about this situation?
It's fucked up, brother. It's fucked up. It's what the world's come to now. It's becoming the normal, and it's not good.
You said what, sorry?
I said it's becoming the normal, and it's not what we need right now.
Okay, I hear that. So what is your perspective on this? What's your actual thoughts about what happened?
Could you reiterate what happened to me, please?
Okay. Stephen, go to.
All right, there was a 24-year-old man called Chris Kaba who was in a car. They're saying that the car was linked to a shooting earlier in the day, a few days prior to the incident, but they're saying it wasn't registered to him, but they're saying the feds have turned up armed police. Hold on, so Mark, this is what I'm saying. There's holes in the story already. Think about it, because what they're trying to say, he was shot in the head, but people have said he ran from the car.
All sounds like a big lie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's holes in the story. So
Excuses.
did he die in the car, or you see what I'm saying? It's all bullshit, man.
Wasn't the Fed in the car when he shot?
None of the police. Go on, call.
Go on, caller.
I'm just saying, like, I thought the Fed was in the car when he shot him. Was the Fed leaning out the car or something? Like, I don't know. I heard that like somewhere else.
Nah, I think the feds were on foot.
But this is what I'm trying to. What I'm trying to say. Like, everyone was rushing for us to talk about it. There's no real information. Even now, it's been like a week and a half, 2 weeks. We still don't know nothing. The family's just seen the body cam footage now.
They're just covering for the officer, aren't they? Like, it's just that's all they do. They just protect their own, innit? They're not open to new, like, you know what I mean, like, or any prosecution or any like liability. They're not bothered about it. You know what I mean? They're just trying to cover for themselves again.
Yeah, of course, because they've already told the family the investigation is going to span 6 to 9 months. So that's enough time for everyone but the family to stop caring.
Nah, that's true. Clean cuts. That's, you know what it is. Clean cuts comment. Yeah. He said real life Moldy from Top Boy. That's the truth. That's how the story sounds.
Yeah,
Let's be real, because remember in Top Boy, that's how Dave got taken out in it.
Yeah, that was a shootout in the streets, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a court in the streets thing. So that's how it comes. That's how the media are spinning it. But
all right, so sorry guys. So I can't even say in a video. I can't even pronounce your username. Sorry. Someone said he died in the car. There's a hole in the windscreen where the bullet went through. So how's he run from? So how's he run then?
Yo, that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. But the thing is, like, how do you know what's true? Like, who's like? Because obviously, I don't trust official sources either. So how do you know what actually went down? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly why we were waiting.
There you go, mic check. Big up yourself. That's why when we said we sat down, listen, we see everything that goes on, you know, but we ain't just gonna jump on this growing platform and start. Look, there's nothing out there. Everyone who's calling in, everyone who's talking, we all just speculating. That's why we said let the feds put out their statement, because at least we can dissect what they are saying. But instead, everyone wants to just, we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing.
Viral, man.
Do you know what I mean? Caller, big up yourself, man.
Respect.
Yeah, right, big up yourself.
Cool.
Big up. You see what I'm saying? Because a man saying to me,
and there's Stephen, sorry, there's a couple of other people in here, innit?
Let them true, man.
You're live on the Express Truth, 827 and 795.
2 years.
Yeah, you're going to have to go to, or can you hear me?
Yo.
All right, they can't hear what's going on. We gotta take them out.
I got someone got 95. We got one person on the line. 95. Is that the last caller?
Yeah, 95. You live on the Express Truth? Nah. All right, we take him out.
Call back in.
Call back in, man. 0121 318 2640. Let's talk about it, man. So, like, again, he didn't run.
Okay, K. Williams said he didn't run.
He didn't run. You see, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to say. All over the place.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I want blood. You know what I'd want? You know, two things I want to hear from people. You know, I want someone from the area or even someone who knew him to call in, and I'd rather want a police to call. You know, like an armed police. I want one of them to call in so they can explain the proceedings to man. Not necessarily one who was involved, but just one in general. You know what I'm saying?
Saying he didn't run. That's what I'm saying. There's no clear cut.
I want to know what Steve.
Go on, Steve. Go, chick.
What do I think? I'll keep it real, you know, because I've been nice tonight, but I'll let off some steam. I think it's all a bag of bullshit, to be honest, you know.
Break that down.
Like, I feel like whether he was known to the police or whatever, they must have knew him or they knew they wanted to shoot the brother, fam. Neither here nor there. Whether he wasn't known to the police and it was just the car, or whether he was known to the police, they just wanted to head top a black brother, fam. Because he must have. I think Phil and Gary had a competition. Phil had shot 9 people that month. Gary had only shot 7. So
Steven, like, what you think is that?
Gary was like, "Oh, watch this! I'm gonna get my numbers up." Phil's like, "Nah. Remember, it's almost end of the month. You're gonna have to buy the beers." So they just had family. You think they don't run this thing like it's a game? These men probably play GTA and watch Saving Private Ryan and say this thing's boring because they do this thing for real.
All right, done, Simon. Big up yourself, man. This is the conversation I want to have. So Dan Simon said, so if the police kill off black people and get 20 years, will people stop marching and stay quiet like when black people do? Thought, not silly argument, Mark. All right, so what I'm saying, Dan, is this. When a police or, you know, somebody else from a different ethnicity or whatever do something to a black man between America and the States, a lot of the times the punishment can take an extended amount of time, first of all, to be dished out. Second of all, it doesn't usually go the same way if a black man killed another black man. So, yes, if it was the same way that the police were getting the years and being punished, what would be the point of marching? Because you're marching to say, yo, punish these people. So when the whole George Floyd thing happened, the reason why all those marches were going on is because they were saying, don't let the police get away with it. It's not about, like, all this talk about, yo, if it's a black man and listen, when it's a black man, he's going to prison. There's not that much unsolved murders when it's a black man doing it. Like this, I understand, like, the Black Lives Matter thing, this George Soros and no one cares about the organization.
Facts.
See what I'm saying? The facts are, if feds kill a black man, like this situation, we all on this live stream with over how much 100 and odd people in there speculating. So let's keep it real. Nobody knows nothing, because when the police do something like that, it's basically saying, what I believe people feel like is that a black life means less. And that's why I think people are so upset. What we have said is we want to know more about the individual people from the area. We want the police's statement so we can dissect that.
Facts.
But like I said, a lot of other people are just jumping on their platform, saying things to go viral. That's all it's about. A lot of these other platforms are willing to do and say anything just to go viral. They're not actually saying things they even believe.
Viable fact.
So that's what we're trying to say. Like, this is not, the Black Lives Matter thing is not about that. What are we marching for if the brother's been locked up? all them marches were about locking up the police and all that who done these moves and got away with it. Someone said it earlier, and we'll say it again now. Who was the trigger man in this? You'll never know, because the police are not gonna let his identity come out. Where's the footage? Where's the GoPro footage?
I doubt we'll see that.
Exactly. That's why people march and do all of that.
Well, you know what it is, Kate. Before you even continue, people are drawing correlation with George Floyd in it. Well, what we need to remember at the end of the day that sparked the outrage with George Floyd is because that was done so brazenly, and it was recorded on camera and all of that. That's why there was such outrage with that. If flip the script on the George Floyd thing, if that would have happened at 2:00 in the morning and no one was about and there was no footage, nothing would have happened. I'll tell you that, blood.
Bible facts.
I can put that on whatever you want to bet. I'll bet it. It was 2 in the morning. There was no bystanders. No one was filming it. Suddenly, magically, all the police officers' body cams malfunction, so there's no footage. Nothing would have happened, blood.
Bible facts. Bible facts. And this is what people don't seem to understand. That's why the whole thing, why everyone's talking about this, and it's important we talk about this as well. See what I'm saying? So, as anybody else, like we said, man, this is one of the few podcasts, because we were going to just do a normal episode on this, but this is one of the few podcasts that you can actually phone in and talk to us yourself and say what you agree or don't agree with. You see the phone number right there? We're comfortable, man. We're comfortable. Call in if you want to have your say. Shout out the Instagram crew at Express Truth Show. If you're not following that, follow that now.
Follow us on Instagram at Express Truth Show.
I just played the jingles, all right?
All right, sir. No. There's a comment I want to read, G. But I've lost it. Or did they delete it, blood? It's from mine.
I don't think the Mark Duggan, K. Williams, I don't think the Mark Duggan officer was put out there.
No, I don't think that. Have any of these officers ever been put out
there? They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that.
Hold on.
Not going to do that. All people want to know is that the police are being held to the same standards as what the roadman's being held to. That's all people want. To what I'm saying, that's all people want.
Find the comment, fam. 9F King says, yeah. Apparently, Chris Kaba was deemed to have run away from the police in his car, police chase. He was then shot in the car by armed response after being blocked in by police cars. Suspicious.
That's it.
Family, I'm not even trying to be funny or F3, you know, because no one knows nothing. At this point, a man could tell me, he was driving and then there was a flash of lightning, then there was this blue energy ball, and a geezer who stepped out with no clothes on, looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, said, "Come with me if you want to live," and then he got... Family, it sounds like a movie, blood.
It does?
Have you noticed everyone's got a different version of the story?
That's what I'm trying to say, and that's why that's why it was done a certain way. That's why they put out... When there's confusion in this topic, and like I said, people... When there's confusion, we like to wait for the facts. That's it. It's not, and like I said, right now I'm chilling. This where I'm at's paradise right now. That's a fact. But we got the equipment. We can go live anytime, man. Anywhere on planet Earth, so we can talk about anything. But we just wanted a better understanding of the situation.
That makes sense out of the nonsense, man.
That's it. So I don't know. We're gonna keep this open for another 10 minutes. We'll take it to the 2-hour mark. So if you want to call in, now's your time, man. Otherwise, you catch us on the replay. But now's your time to call in. 0121 318 2640. You can call in right now. If you're from his ends, or if you was a fan of the music, call in and let us know what the music. Let us know, because and this is what I say. The police know what the media know what they're doing. And like I said, from what I read the first article, I said, yeah, they already buttering this bread a certain way.
Facts.
See what I mean? So give this. I think by the end of this month, you'll see that start to fizzle out. Will fizzle out because we're talking about 6 to 9 months.
I'd say the end of this week.
Yeah, it's very.
Because when you put in his name now and the articles come up, all of the articles, update. Because I was like, oh, okay, is the information now, and all it is like, oh yeah, his family's seen the body cam footage, the crying for justice. I'm like, blood, that's not an update, G.
LH, big up yourself, man, with the super chat.
Facts. Gang.
Yeah, of course nothing's happening to the officer. Big up yourself, Mike check. But yeah, facts, nothing's happening to the officer, man. That officer's blessed. All what's gonna happen now, you know, they'll you see it in the movies, man, where a man would say you came in through the door there, he shot at you, then you done this and you done it. They'll just put together something that makes sense, feed the public with that story, and that's it. And obviously, if my man's got a shaky background, they'll just document some of the stuff he's done.
Blood. Even
That's
easier.
it. If he's got this is what I say. Get me, like, if he's got a shaky background, all they need to do is say, yeah, my man was a pestilence in the community, you know, and we was following him for a while and rare, whatever. But let's be honest, this is why we said, let's see what the statement says. They ain't said nothing yet. How long does it usually take, Stephen? Roughly?
What, for the police?
Yeah.
To make an official thing. I thought they would have done it by now, but clearly how they're talking about the investigation. Fam, it could be a month from now, because they said it's going to take 6 months plus to investigate. So they got all the time in the world to come up with their movie script.
There you go. Yeah. The Queen, Kay Williams, that's reality.
Fam, and they can drag out the Queen thing as well for another month or two, because the family could be like, we need an update. Oh, no, sorry, the country's still in mourning. Fam, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, no, for real, this thing, yo, trust me, and people get this thing twisted, you know, like, last week we mentioned the Queen, people are like, yo, you lot are mentioning the Queen, and listen, man.
You know what? I'm not even nice with it. You know I got the answer for this, yeah? People are saying, oh, you're talking about the Queen, blood. Man know the history of the royal family. Me getting on the internet and shouting about, yo, you take with the people them thing and with the diamond there, give out the people them jewelry. What's that gonna do? Tell me what positive effect that's gonna have, other than making probably a few people giggle. What's that really gonna do? Ain't gonna do nothing, fam. I ain't got nothing to worry about. Look, all the madness going on in the world, I'm not worried about the royals. I'm not worried about Queen.
Here we go.
I'm not worried about King Charles. I'm not worried about Prince William. I'm not worried about Harry or Prince Harry or whatever he wants to be referred as. I'm not worried about Duchess this, Duke of that, Rare. I'm not worried about none of that.
Same man talking about the Queen with the same one dancing when Meghan married my man. So don't even come to this platform with that.
Yeah, yo, he marry a black woman. Please, move out of here with that vanilla Haagen-Dazs blood, because that ain't not. Anyway, but yeah, so man know the history, blood. And man are trying to say, oh, well, you man are meant to be Caribbean, blood. Mark's in Jamaica right now.
Right now.
I'll keep it real, fam. I know the Jamaican listeners are listening, but I'll keep that same energy, fam. I love Yard, fam. That's home. But even Jamaica's on some bullshit thing, fam.
Don't let them fool you, you know. That talk, there's no mourning out here like that. Listen, listen, I'm out. I was out here. I've been here for a week, fam. There's nobody talking. The Queen's thing, that's more for like the higher ups, people that we don't see. None of them everyday people are moving same way, fam. No one, no. I'm not saying they should. If they want to mourn, it's up to them. But I'm saying there was none of that.
The reason I was saying that is because, all right, that's good. Then I know that the everyday people, them not business. I know that already, cake. We know that. But the way they were, I'm glad you're there to just clear that up then and clarify that, because they were trying to make it sound like, you know, like how it was here. They were trying to make it sound like, oh yeah, the whole island's gonna stop and everything. 12 days and all of that. Because I'm not even in the front. I was disappointed when I heard that, blood. Big time.
Nothing like that when I'm from. Nothing.
All right.
Yard is just yard. At the same yard that you left here. You get what I mean? Nobody's not everyone's just doing their thing same way. I'm not saying some bigger men who live in the hills are probably mourning and that, but nobody I've seen is mourning.
No disrespect.
And that's what I'm saying. No disrespect. People ain't got time to worry about that. People are paying their bills, man.
Yeah, okay, but put even the royals, the queen to the side. Forget even that. But this whole thing I've never understood with death and mourning.
Stephen, carry on, Stephen. I need to plug in the charger, right? One sec.
Yeah. Is it possible to even mourn someone you never knew? Because you have people mourning celebrities and all. Like, how you mourning a stranger? Like, it was the same thing when, unfortunately, because I liked him as well still, Paul Walker passed on it. People crying and all of that. I'm like, family, did you know him? Like, of course it's sad when anyone dies, but like, people are doing the most, man. People will go more out of their way for strangers, but they're bridging down the road who might be going through things and has a family member dying. Blood, you wouldn't even turn up to the night, fam. Or the funeral to Ra. So sometimes in life, we just gotta keep that same energy, man.
Yo.
Keep that same energy and keep it pushing, man. You get me?
Yeah, man. So this is what I'm. Wait, hold on. I think we got someone on. You live 561. Can you hear me?
They're in the call. Yeah, merge it, G, because it's not got the merge thing, you know.
Nah, he's in. 561. Alright, call back in. Alright, we're gonna go till we're almost on our 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah, man. We got going on in the chat. People, come on, man. Hit the like. This is part of the problem as well, you know. I was there at 100 and we've gone up to 130 in this. And there's 60 likes. This is what I'm trying to say. We're bringing the real topic, the real conversation. Not no cooning. Not no dancing around the topic. Not trying to say nothing to go viral. Yeah. There's supposed to be at least 80 likes. But this is what I'm saying. People don't understand. You have to hit the like button to push the show into the algorithm.
People them hit the like, you know. You know it's free. In the cost, you're nothing, you know.
That's what I'm trying to say. Hit the like button, man. So Stephen, what else is going on anyway, man? Differently? While we just wrapping this thing up. Nah, I mean in terms of, I ain't been on social media or nothing.
Family, you know, neither have I. I've been bad this week, you know. I'm not even gonna front. I ain't been on one social media or nothing. I scrolled through today, it was some Kardashian. It's Kanye again. He's apologized to Kim and all of this, and you know I don't care.
Okay. It's that celebrity stuff.
Fam, you know what it is? I'm getting bad with. Well, I'm not even getting bad. Social media is getting bad now because it's coming to the point where, you know, if I'm scrolling and I see a nonsense story like that, I just lock off. Yeah, there's a mad situation in Leicester as well.
What happened in Leicester?
We're gonna talk about it.
God, that's man's second home, you know. See what I'm saying? Shout out to the Leicester
Hindus, crew. Apparently, allegedly, it was the Hindus versus Muslims rioting down there.
Man said take the top off. You know what, Macron, I'm gonna tell you the truth, you know. I just like the football top. I couldn't give a damn. I don't even know who plays for Real Madrid. I just know the top look good. I need that.
No, he's saying that. He's saying United all the way. Yeah. Now the top's just hard. Family, you'll see me in different football tops. You know who I support? Myself, blood.
Yeah, that's it, man. I just like the top.
Myself and Yard, fam. That's it.
It's alright, people. It's the express truth, man. We've made Thursdays great again. See what I'm saying?
Never miss like Hawkeye.
Oh, it looks like it does. It looks like the Arsenal top. Nah, this is Real Madrid, you know.
Oh yeah, because it's got it's because they're both Emirates in it.
Yeah.
They're both Adidas Emirates.
Yeah, Real Madrid business. I see Arsenal have got a Jamaican colour kit top now.
Yeah, that's soon come, blood.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I like that Arsenal one, and I think it's their away one as well. Because the home one's the same, just red and white. They need to switch up a bit. But they got the black and gold away things still. I think that looks hard as well.
Yeah, the Arsenal's colours are looking good still. See what I'm saying? So, all right, people. It looks like we're going to make it bubble till 2 hours. It looks like no one else wanted to call in. Shout out to all the callers who called in today.
Trust me, everyone else moving shy, man.
Yeah, we've tried to, we've gave a few different scenarios and what we think and all that stuff. So
yeah, we had some different calls as well, some very enlightening calls as well. So that was good, man.
That's it, man. People, if hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. Go over to the website www.expresstruthshow.com. Shout out to everyone, man.
Should be back in the studio still.
Yeah, man. That's it, man. So people, already know what time it is, man. Go down in the link below and download the Melanin Matchmaker dating app. People, Melanin Matchmaker is a dating app that connects black singles. You already know what time it is, man. Download that right now. Upload your picture. Get your little hobbies and what it is that you do. Let the ladies know. Ladies, let the fellas know. Meet someone, go for a date. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. So that's it, people.
Let's get out of here speaking of football tops. I know the PSG players must still be screwing about Mbappe. See you next week, folks.
Oh, they said that was fake news, Apparently it was just somebody who looked like Mbappe. Big up the Patreon crew. Harry, big up yourself. Huh?
Anyway, I don't care. Yeah, we out of here, blood.
Yeah, when we gone, people, big up yourself.
Gang.